And another one of my more recent projects was this Eureka Express canister, which it was seen previously in my some recent editions video. My friend Josh brought this up from the Twin Cities area. I was initially interested in this thing because of this. I've seen this slider on a few different machines, and I think what I was thinking it was an electronic control like the Europa or Excalibur canister. But nope, this is just a bleed valve, so that was kind of disappointing. I used to have a Eureka Express canister a long time ago. It was like an off-white and green color, and that one must have been a trim layer above this one, because that one had the Vibra-Groomer 3 head on it, and I had that for many years. The head, at least. The canister wasn't that impressive, and I actually gave it to a friend of mine who bought an old commercial Royal off me. An old 8-amp one, many, many years ago. So yeah, I got this opened up, I got it cleaned out, and put new bearings in the motor. It's like the front one almost seemed like it had no lubrication left on it. It was spinning like super freely. And it's like, if I remember right, I think that was a rubber sealed one, so that's kind of unusual for those. And the back one was seizing up, not definitely not spinning like it should have. So there's that, and I do have to find a solution for this. I do still have the original pedal, but one of the little legs or clips that slot into these little holes broke off. So I could potentially repair it. I might have my 3D guy take a look at it and see what we can do, whether that's just to design a little leg insert or just completely design the pedal. Oh yeah, it's got its attachments to it. Of course it doesn't want to open. Just the basic toolkit. My old one had that clear window broken off, so it's kind of nice that this one does have it. But anyways, alright, here's our ambient voltage. Switch this on. Okay, so we do have an uneven inlet in here, which is a little bit too wonky to fit into there, and I don't think I'm going to be able to fit the suction gauge around this either. Well, especially with this open hole here, that's definitely a problem. So I'm going to try to take measurements at the canister, but I can't guarantee their accuracy. Alright, we'll give it a shot, but like I said, might not be ideal. Okay, so I did try inserting an adapter into here, and it's clear that we're not getting a full seal. So I think I'm going to actually skip the suction test here. Alright, hose set up. We'll take the flow here. You hear some leakage around there and around there. Wand attached. Alright, this nozzle experiences quite a bit of nosediving, so I am going to do both the airflows and then the suctions. Watch this. Yep, nosedive. trying to eat the entire setup up here. Expectedly, the star of this canister is the power nozzle. These styles of heads work very well. They always have, and I mean that's why we still see them around, is like the Beam Rugmaster, and it might still be under some other names. I know it went by the Sweep and Groom at one point. They're just very basic but work very well. I mean, they retain a fair amount of suction, and with a Vibra Groomer 3 they do well, and even here, you know, with this wood brush roll, it does pretty well. It doesn't have a lot of visible agitation, but that appears to be more of an issue of height adjustment more than anything. Because if I go and lift that head a little bit, you know, then we saw the visible agitation. But yeah, the canister itself, nothing too special, but pretty typical of the, oh, I have no idea, maybe 80s or 90s?